It's time for the show that engages with people of the combat sports world. And now, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed combat sports show champion of the world, Flash Knockdown.
Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining me on episode 20 of Flash Knockdown with the hottest new amateur prospects, the battering ram, Abraham, AB,
Yes,
Lee. Welcome to the show, Abraham.
How you doing, mate? You right, yeah?
Yeah, bruv, I'm blessed. How are you, brother?
Good. Yeah, I'm good, mate. Just cracking on as usual.
Excellent. And Abraham, if you didn't already have AB as your nickname, what do you make of the battering ram, Abraham?
Yeah, it's good, mate. But I feel like a batter ram is a bit too stiff, ain't they? They're a bit stiff, aren't they? Don't you think?
Too slow and too stiff. You're stiff as a board. I'd snap you in half.
Yeah, but I've seen your stiff jabs, bruv.
Yeah.
I've seen them. You ain't messing about with them jabs, bruv.
Not messing around, mate.
Not messing around at all. Okay, and for the benefit of the viewers, Abraham is a month removed from his TKO victory at UKFC 14 in Preston, a fight which we will review in full a little later in the show. And yes, all 29 seconds of it.
Beautiful.
Jeez.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Jeez. Okay, Abraham. And before we go any further, please, could you give the viewers an overview of your MMA career, the gym you represent, and how people can find you online, please?
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, the gym I represent is Manchester Top Team. Manchester Top Team all day. You know, it's like a little family right now. You know, it's. You know, when I first started at Manchester Top Team, it was a small gym, and now look where we are now. We're at a massive gym in Ashton. So you know, it's beautiful being a part of something brand new and seeing what is about to turn out into. Is beautiful to see for sure. But I'm 3-0 as an amateur, soon to be pro for sure. But you know, let me not say too much, otherwise Carl will tell me to calm down. So
pump the brakes.
3 as an amateur for now. And yeah, ready to take over, no doubt.
Excellent. And do you want to mention how people can find you online, Abraham?
So my Instagram is AB_MMA__, and that's all I'm on right now.
Excellent. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Abraham. And we now move on to the next part of the show that I've called Flash Choices. For first-time viewers, I will ask Abraham 10 questions with 2 possible answers, and Abraham, you choose the one that best suits in a flash. Got it?
Beautiful. Let's go, mate. Let's rock.
Okay, brother, let's go. Okay, let's start off with the heavyweights.
Yeah.
Francis Ngannou or Derek Lewis?
Francis.
Favorite Francis moment, performance, fight?
His last fight against Stipe, he showed a lot, and I'm sure he'll improve a little bit more. But even with age, as us being heavyweights, we don't get better until like we're about 40 anyway. So yeah, Francis for sure. I think he beats him. I think he's a different fighter now, but we'll see. Anyways, it's MMA at the end of the day, so we'll see. We'll see. He
showed tremendous maturity in his last fight.
Quality performance.
Agreed. Against the GOATs of the heavyweight division.
Yeah, of course. Not a stiff heavyweight as most of them are, but he's a very mobile heavyweight, and to be able to tag him and knock him down and knock him out in the same fight, you know, that's big. Definitely made a statement for sure.
Absolutely. So sticking with the heavyweight theme, Abraham, Anthony Joshua or Tyson Fury?
you know, Anthony Joshua does come from a similar background to me, but you know, the Gypsy King is a bad boy himself. So to be fair, if I have to go with one, I'm gonna go with Anthony Joshua all day long. But in terms of as a boxing purist fan, Tyson for sure.
You're a bunch of dossers.
But I don't know. This is a difficult question, mate. You can't ask me that. But Anthony Joshua, I'm going with Joshua all day. Joshua all day long, mate. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, and are you disappointed, Abraham, that we haven't seen him fight yet?
Not at all. It's boxing. It's not like MMA where we get tossed into the dragon's den with whoever and whoever. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, boxing has a lot of politics, and so does MMA. But we're seeing that a lot more on display now with boxing more than ever. Because in MMA, you would have seen this fight a long time ago. So
long time ago.
Yeah. Different.
Didn't have no choice.
Nah. Wouldn't have a choice at all.
No. And I'm gonna put you on the spot one more time. Who you got for that fight?
For the Joshua and Tyson, Anthony Joshua all day.
Really?
All day. Look honestly,
wow. This is recorded, yeah?
yeah. Anthony Joshua all day. You know, he comes from a similar background like me too, and you know, people like us, you know, it's not easy. It's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy for Tyson either, because he also comes from the struggle too. But in terms of watching someone like me start from the bottom and work their way to the top, you know, that's inspirational for someone like me, being a young fighter and watching them grow into a mature fighter themselves, you know. So for me, yeah, Anthony Joshua all day long. Well, I won't take that back.
No, that's very well articulated, Abraham. Okay, next one then, Abraham. Chelsea Champions League 2012.
Come on, mate.
Or Champions League 2021.
2012.
2012.
2012.
Okay. What's your memory of that?
It's not really much memory. It's more the quality of football then. Football now is, you know, you get tripped over as a yellow, you get tripped over as a red, you get barged. You know, I'm coming from a sport where we butcher each other.
I butchered your face.
Throw elbows and knee each other in the head. So I think
not yet. Until you go to the pros. Until you go to the pros.
Not till I turn pro. But you know, as an overall, do you know what I mean? We butcher each other to pretty much near death, really. Some fights anyway, near death, really. So when I look at footballers, you know, it's just a soft sport to me. But apart from that, 2012, 100%, we had Didier there, we had Frank there. You know, the football quality there. Rooney was still playing, you know, one of my favorite footballers of all time too. So yeah, 2012 all day.
Perfect. Okay, fourth one then, Abraham. Abraham Lincoln or Lincoln Strong?
Lincoln Strong. Abraham Lincoln all day. Like the first name says it there already. I'm going with Abraham Lincoln.
Okay, Lincoln Strong. Your teammate.
Abraham Lincoln. Forget.
Forget Lincoln. Yeah.
Stitch Duran and I were never friends.
Forget Lincoln. Okay, Lincoln. Hopefully you're not watching this, brother. He loves you really. He loves you really.
Yeah, no, I love him really.
Okay, fifth one, Abraham. Ground and pounds or pound for pounds?
Pound for pound.
Pound for pound. Are you looking to be the pound for pound number one amateur before you?
I'd like to, but doesn't mean anything. There's a guy that's 5-0 there, and he's a light heavyweight. So
true that.
I personally think the amateurs in the MMA scene, especially at heavyweight anyway, I think it's shambles if you ask me. The ranking anyway, because some fighters that are on there that are not even in the weight class.
True.
So
now,
yeah. Go on, man.
No, go on, please.
Yeah. So right now I'm ranked number 8, and really and truly, I believe I am higher than that. You know, there is some good fighters that are ranked top 5, but I believe I know what I bring to the table, and I know if I could fight every single one of them before I turn pro, I would. But you know, I got to be smart with my health, and you know, the people around me are taking good care of me. So can't rush in this sport. So within time, everything will play out, no doubt.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, before your fight at UKFC 14, you were ranked
Yeah.
8, and you're still
Yeah.
ranked 8.
Yeah, exactly. So that's my whole point, mate. It don't mean anything to me. I don't
Yeah,
really
true.
think about all of that. I don't think about all of that. I just go in there, crack on, let's have a scrap, and let's keep it moving from there, mate, on to the next.
Love it, love it. Okay, 6th one, then Abraham, the
Yeah.
notorious Conor McGregor,
Yeah.
or notorious Frederick.
Matthias all day long, mate. Yeah. That's my boy, mate. Matthias all day long. Even though Conor's partly the reason why I wanted to start this properly, but you know, Conor weren't there helping me throughout my camp, so Matthias all day long.
And do you feel he deserves his rematch versus Matt Bonner?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like he's shown what he's about. You know, he has been the champion. Give the guy a chance, and we'll see for sure in the rematch. We'll see what happens.
Yep. 7th one, then Abraham,
Yeah.
Frank Lampard or John Terry?
Frank Lampard all day long. My dad's actually got a picture with Frank Lampard back in the day.
Really?
Yeah.
Where? At a game?
At a car park.
At a car park?
Yeah. At a car
What,
park.
before the game?
Yeah. I'm not too sure. I think he was out with his family. Proper old school boot cuts, the pair of them. So it was shambles.
He must have been at he must have still been at West Ham, Frank
Yeah,
Lampard.
no, he was at Lampard. I mean, he was at Chelsea at the time.
Okay, yeah, because Ranieri bought him.
Yeah. Mate, the picture's shocking, mate. It looks like 60s disco, mate.
Get down, get down. Get down, get down. Get down, get down.
Boot cuts, both wearing boot cut jeans. Fuck it up.
Wow, even Frank.
Yeah.
Jeez, wow, that must have been an old one, man.
Yeah, proper old, mate. Proper old.
One for the archives.
One for the archives, mate.
Nice one. Next one, then Abraham, Prince Nassim Hamid or Carl Prince?
Carl Prince all day.
What's it like working with Kyle, and how has he helped you in your MMA development?
Well, I feel like I've come into this sport raw. Even now, I believe I'm still raw. I know I've got a lot to learn, and I'm staying humble to the progress. So I'm just taking things each day as they come, even though he knows that I want to speed things up a little bit. But he's probably the only person, one of a few people that can get that side out of me. And so I feel like we've got a very good connection, me and him. You know, it's funny because sometimes I could go to the gym, right, and I won't say a word to him. He won't say a word to me, and I'll just walk on the mat, I'll warm up, we won't talk, and then after the session, I'm asking him 50,000 questions. So yeah, we've got a very, very, very good relationship. So I'm buzzing. Yeah, the world will find out about what we do very soon. Yeah, man. No doubt.
He's a great mind, isn't he?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, crazy minds.
Crazy. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one then, Abraham, the 9th one. And this is the battle of the ABs. So Adrian, the problem Broner.
Yeah.
Or former Chelsea goalkeeper, Asmir Begovic.
No, I'm going to AB. AB, the problem. The problem, mate. Really, that should be my nickname, but you know, he got there first.
True, he got there first. But you know what? I don't think he's competing anymore. So you know, there's a window of opportunity for you.
Yeah.
So what? The problem or the battering ram?
The problem.
That's fucking illegal.
The problem is more up my street. The problem is more up my street. As I said, the battering ram sounds a bit stiff, man. I ain't stiff.
Fair enough, brother. Fair enough. Whatever you say, man. I don't want any trouble. Bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay. And then the last one, Abraham. Workout 7 a.m. or 7 p.m.
7 a.m.
Early bird, yeah.
Early bird. Get over and done with, and crack on the rest of the day.
Fantastic, fantastic. Yeah, I'm the same as well. I'm the same as
Yeah.
well, brother.
Yeah.
Okay, so that brings us to the end of your flash choices, Abraham. How did you
Yes.
find that overall? Did you enjoy it?
Yes, sick, mate. Sick, 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 sick.
Yeah, good, my man.
Yes.
Good. Okay, so Abraham, let's now flash back. And is it true that you had no previous martial arts or combat
No.
sports experience before you started MMA?
None. None whatsoever.
Crazy.
None
Crazy.
whatsoever. None at all.
So how did
None at
you
all.
so how did you start MMA? Tell us the story.
Well, my mum was actually ill. It was 2018 when I came back from Ibiza, and my mum was ill, and she was while I was out there, she was going through cancer treatment on her throat. So it motivated. Well, I always had the fight in me, but that it was either fight in the street, go jail, or die, or fight in the cage and, do you know what I mean, make some money for the family. And she was out of work for a very long time. So was my dad as well. So it was very hard period for us. So I thought I needed to do what was necessary and, you know, carry my family on my back.
Very good for you, my man. And how are things now? Everything settled down
Well,
now?
right now she's in hospital right now. Yeah. She's in hospital. I've been in London for the last 2 weeks. Straight after my fight, I came down, drove down, and since I've been here, I actually haven't been able to speak to her. So she's been in hospital the entire time that I've been here. So I was meant to go back into training at least a week ago, but you know, things happen anyway. You know, crack on. She says she's feeling better. I spoke to her, but you know, can't let for other people this would bother the life out of them. This would make them turn to different things to clear their mind. But I'm staying on task. You know, everything that I believe will happen in this game for me will happen, and as long as I keep my mind right, you know, we'll get there, no doubt.
Yeah. Well said. And you know, I wish your mother a speedy recovery.
Yeah,
Abraham.
thanks, mate. Thanks, mate.
You're welcome, brother. You're welcome. And did you have trials with Bournemouth under 21s?
Yeah. How'd you find that?
Bro, nah, man's do their
How'd you
research.
find that out, mate?
Man's do their research.
Yeah, so prior to that, I've been playing sports alone my whole life. Like I was in school doing swimming lessons and kung fu and playing football. So I've always been one of those kids that you couldn't indoors. Go absolutely nuts keeping me indoors. Like even now, I'm fidgeting to not even sit still, and that's just the type of character I am. So I've been on trial everywhere. I've for a few decent semi-pro teams. I played for Stevenage when they were in League One.
What position did you play?
Hello.
Yeah, I'm here, bro. I'm here.
Yeah, striker, mate, up top,
Striker.
bulldozer, mate. Yeah,
Damn.
shame off me, mate.
Damn.
Get
Like
off.
that player from I can't remember his name, the one from Wickham.
Nah, not stiff like him, mate. Not him. Not him.
What's his name?
Not him. Akifemwa.
That's it.
Yes,
Not like him.
Nah. He is quality though.
He is. He's a baller.
quality.
He's a baller. He's a baller still. So growing up, were you ever interested in martial arts?
Mate, I've been fighting my whole life. Fighting my whole life, you know, like fighting for me wasn't just a relief for me. It was something that I always felt was a part of me. So transition to MMA was the easiest thing in the world, and as shown that I'm a very quick all that flow, and football's been the big puzzle in me. Learning many failures, being on so many trials to here and there, and being told they don't like you, or you're this or you're that, or come back next week, or you know, like being many adversaries in football has shown me how much and how far I'm willing to go now in MMA. So sure, I didn't have the discipline in football. You know, I was just good at it. Everyone else around me was good at it. So it was a dream, but it wasn't my dream. It was the people around me's dream. But when I made that to go on my own and move to Manchester and etc. etc. So this is why this sport now is almost like a 2.0 version of myself for sure.
Wow, that's powerful. And now that you're a martial artist,
Yeah.
what has martial arts given you, Abraham?
It's showing me there's a lot more nutters like me. That's for sure. Do you know what I mean?
There is.
It's showing me there's a lot more people just like me and that want to achieve what I want to achieve. And to me, that motivates me, especially the gym I'm at. Everyone wants to be the best, you know. A lot of friendly ego going on. So, you know, it's just showing me. It's just showing me everything's possible because I'm around the road, Murphy. I'm around K Musa. So every major company that I want to fight at, I'm looking at them on a day-to-day basis. So
Yeah,
you know, that alone is a big motivation for me and the other boys for sure.
yeah, you
And
got Bellator, you got UFC.
yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So
Bless.
where else would I want to go to look for that inspiration? So
Yeah,
yeah. So it makes it feel for me that it makes me feel that my dreams are reachable, seeing them. So
amazing. That's
so
powerful,
for sure,
man.
yeah.
That's powerful. And as a Londoner, what brought you to Manchester?
Well, it was 3 places originally, right?
So there was what? Sorry.
There was 3 places originally that I wanted to go. I wanted to go Dublin, or Liverpool, or Manchester.
Okay.
And you know, like even now, my friends always say like Manchester is probably the best place that suited you because everyone's a nutter up there as well. So, you know, so it just made sense. It made a lot of sense, mate. Made a lot of sense.
Okay. And what similarities and differences have you found between living in London and living in Manchester?
Culture. The culture's a lot different.
For real? How?
Well, little things. Most people say hello and hi in the north. Here, everyone's just keeping their head down.
Head
you might
down.
slip, trip over, and they'll still keep their head down. So, you know, I feel like everyone embraces life a little bit more there and takes it as it is. But here, everyone's just on a 24-hour. Like everyone's just on 24 hours. Like it's weird. Like when I was out today and I was looking outside the car and I could see everyone on their phone, every single person on their phone, and it's just mental being back here and seeing how everyone is, and it's not like that in Manchester. Like everyone's different. Everyone seems like they're cracking on, happy to work. Obviously, not everyone's happy to work. Not everyone's happy to work here, but you know, it's got that feeling, and people that know the difference between Manchester and London would pretty much agree with me for sure.
Yeah, everyone just seems happier.
Yeah.
The further north you go.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
And any similarities between the two places?
Everyone wants money. No matter where you go,
everyone's hustling.
Grinding, everyone's hustling in their own way. So that alone is the big similarity for sure.
Perfect. And how did you end up joining Manchester top team?
So when I moved down, when I moved down here, it was I messaged someone called Jaden Ivan. Yeah, Jaden Ivan. He's also a fighter now, and he actually responded on Instagram DMs. And I messaged him and I asked him, do you know any good gyms that I could train at? And he said, yeah, sure, come to my gym. And at the time, he had a spot in Oldham. He's like, yeah, come to my gym. He had a little gym going on. So I went there, trained a couple of days, and he said, yeah, I've got your fight. And this was my first fight. So just off the train, within a week after asking that, I had my first fight. And after the first fight, he messaged Carl Prince. And I messaged Carl Prince before I even knew he messaged Carl Prince. And I asked Carl if I could come down. I'm a young amateur, etc., you know, the whole story. And he said, yeah, come down. And at the same time, Jaden told me he replied back to him telling me to come down too. And, you know, fast forward, we're here now. And, you know, the train is still going, mate. Train's still going.
It's still going strong.
Yeah. No doubt.
Perfect.